Hello everyone. In the last few videos we studied the two phenomena of light, that is reflection of light and refraction of light. As we already know that when a light falls on any type of surface, three phenomena takes place together, that is reflection, absorption and transmission, or in short we can call it as RAT. So in that we already studied reflection and transmission. Reflection of light means the ray of light is turning back to the same medium when it falls on reflecting surface. And refraction means transmission. When the light is traveling from one medium to another medium of different optical density, then the bending of light takes place because of change in the speed of light, and that is refraction of light. Yes, we studied reflection and refraction of light in the last few videos. Now this is the new phenomenon of light, that is total internal reflection of light. So you can observe the heading here, reflection, as we already studied reflection of light. But here it is total internal reflection. What is the difference between them? Yes, we already know that when a ray of light falls on a mirror, the ray of light is only the part of light is turning back to the same medium. For example, if 10 light radiations falls on the mirror, out of 10 rays, maximum 7 to 8 radiations are turning back to the same medium. Then what about remaining 2 to 3 radiation? That radiations may be absorbed by the mirror or that may be transmitted by the mirror. That means only partial reflection of light takes place. But here this is a total internal reflection. Suppose when I am going to consider 10 light radiations, if it undergoes TIR, that means all the 10 radiations are turning back to the same medium. So there is no partial reflection. Here total reflection of light takes place. Is it clear? So in reflection of light, only the part of light is turning back, but in a TIR, the complete ray of light is turning back to the same medium. To understand the total internal reflection, just you can observe the ray diagram. First we can go to the ray diagram, we can understand everything related to ray diagram, then we can move towards the definition of TIR. Yes, so we already studied about the refraction of light. The same thing here it is repeated. XY, this horizontal line, this is an interface. This interface separates two media, that is denser and rarer medium. Denser is having high density, rarer means having low density. This line, XY line, separates two media, denser and rarer. Now in the denser medium, I am going to keep an object O. This is the object O we kept in denser medium. Now from this object O, totally 4 rays are emitted. That is OA, OP, OQ and OR. Totally 4 rays are emitted from the object O. Remember, where is the object? The object is kept in denser medium, means having high density. Now, when these 4 radiation crosses this interface, or it is traveling from denser to rarer medium. When these light radiations are traveling from denser to rarer medium, because of different density, speed of light changes. It means here, when the light is traveling from denser to rarer, speed of light increases because rarer means having low density. When speed of light increases, refraction of light takes place. That means the ray of light is bending away from the normal. Right? So this concept we already studied in refraction of light. Yes, now you can observe the first ray of light, that is OA. This OA is traveling along a straight line. That means this incident ray is exactly on the normal. What is normal? The line perpendicular to the surface. So now here the first ray of light is exactly on the normal, or it is at normal incidence. At normal incidence, always the ray of light is undeviated. It means there is no bending phenomenon, there is no reflection, there is no refraction. Simply the ray of light is traveling in a straight line because it is at normal incidence. Now come to the second point, second ray of light, that is OP. This OP is incident on the interface at point P. P is the point of incidence. Now, when it enters rarer medium, speed of light increases, so it is bending. Where it is bending? It is bending away from the normal. This dotted line indicates normal. So, this ray of light is bending away from the normal. Why this refracted ray is away from the normal? Because the speed of light increases. Why speed of light is increasing? Because it is rarer medium. Now, this OP is an incident ray, and when it enters rarer medium, speed of light increases, so the refracted ray is bending away from the normal. Right? Now, what is angle of incidence and angle of refraction? Angle of incidence is angle between incident ray and normal. Angle of refraction, angle between refracted ray and normal. This is I, angle of incidence, and R indicates angle of refraction. Now here I wrote I is less than C. What is this condition? Initially, at the first ray of light, that is at normal incidence, angle of incidence is 0. Angle is 0 because it is exactly on the normal. But now in the second case, it is not on the normal. It is having certain angle. So in general, that angle is how much? That angle is less than C. I indicates angle of incidence. This angle of incidence is less than C. That C indicates critical angle. So here, this angle is less than C. When angle of incidence is less than C, then angle of refraction is denoted by R. Here this refracted ray is bending away from the normal. Now you can observe, initially at the first ray of light, angle is 0. Angle of incidence is 0. Now angle of incidence is increasing. How much it increases? I is less than C. Now come to the third ray of light, OQ. So OQ here, when it crosses again denser to rarer medium, again what happens? Denser to rarer, it means again speed of light increases, bending of light takes place, and it is bending away from the normal. Then where is the refracted ray? Now observe here, here in the first case I is 0, in the second case I is increasing. So here angle of incidence gone increasing. Now in the third case angle of incidence increases. So what is the condition here? Now I is equal to C. In the second case I is less than C. In the third case I is equal to C. Angle of incidence gone increasing. Now here bending of light takes place because the speed of light increases. But where is the refracted ray? So what happens here? This ray of light bends more and more. Now the refracted ray is exactly along the interface. Observe here. In the first case, there is no refraction. Simply it is moving in a straight line. In the second case, the ray of light is away from the normal. In the third case, this refracted ray is away from the normal, but where it is? It is now exactly along the interface. It is bending away from the normal because as the angle of incidence gone increases, angle of refraction is also increasing. Now, when this refracted ray grazes this surface, then what is the angle of refraction? Angle of refraction means angle between refracted ray and normal. Now it is exactly perpendicular, means angle of refraction becomes 90 degree. Angle of incidence is equal to critical angle. Angle of refraction is 90 degree. This is third case. Now, in the fourth case, what happens? Again, angle of incidence increases. So, how much it increases now? This is greater than critical angle. Angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. Now again refraction of light should take place because it is traveling from denser to rarer medium. But where is the refracted ray? Instead of refraction, what happens? Here, this refracted ray initially it is bending away. Now it is exactly along the interface. In the last case, it is bending more and more. Now it is again entering the same denser medium. It is not in the rarer medium, it is in the denser medium. That means there is no refraction of light. Instead of refraction, total reflection of light takes place. This complete ray of light is turning back to the same medium. Now this is called reflection, not refraction. Right? So what happens here? Initially, angle of incidence is 0. In the second, third and fourth cases, angle of incidence gone increases. So that angle of refractions are also increasing. But in the last case, there is no refraction because the ray of light is bending where? In the same medium. That means reflection of light takes place. Right? So this is totally reflected ray. It is not the partial reflection. The complete ray of light is turning back to the same medium. So this is called total internal reflection. Right? So initially I is 0. It is undeviated. In the second case I is less than C. Refraction of light takes place. In the third case I is equal to C. Refraction of light takes place. But the refracted ray is along the interface. So angle of refraction is 90 degree. In the fourth case, again angle of incidence increases. So I is greater than C. So instead of refraction, reflection of light takes place. Then how to define total internal reflection? So to get this total internal reflection, remember the ray of light must travel from denser to rarer medium. Suppose the ray of light is traveling from denser to rarer medium, then only TIR takes place. Suppose if the ray of light is traveling from rarer to denser, if I am going to consider this is rarer and this is denser. Let us imagine now the object is in a rarer medium. The ray of light is traveling from rarer to denser. What happens? Rarer to denser means speed of light decreases. So this refracted ray is bending towards the normal, not away. If this refracted ray is away from the normal, then only TIR takes place. So it is not possible. Remember, the first condition for TIR is the ray of light must travel from denser to rarer medium. Then, the second condition is the ray of light is totally reflecting back. At what condition? You can observe this condition. This is very important. I is greater than C. Only when angle of incidence in the denser medium is greater than critical angle, then only the ray of light is totally turning back to the same medium. This is the second condition. Right? What is the second condition? Angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. Then only TIR takes place. If it obeys these two conditions, then TIR takes place. Remember, TIR is having many applications compared to reflection of light. Only the reason is, in a reflection of light, partial reflection, only 80 to 90% of light radiations are turning back. But here, 100%, all the light radiations are completely turning back to the same medium. So this is having many advantages compared to reflection of light. Now we can go to the definition of TIR. What is the definition? How to define a total internal reflection? When a ray of light travels from denser medium into rarer medium, is incident on the interface at an angle greater than critical angle, then the ray is totally reflected back into the denser medium. This phenomenon is called total internal reflection. Don't try to behead the definition. Just you can observe the diagram. From the diagram, you can write the definition of TIR. See here. When the ray of light is traveling from denser to rarer medium, right? Then, for which, if angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, this condition we have to write. When angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, then the ray of light is totally reflected back to the same medium. So, this phenomenon is called total internal reflection. Or in a simple way, you can write both the conditions of TIR that gives the definition. What is the first condition? When the light is traveling from denser to rarer medium. This is first condition. Second condition, angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. Let us combine these two conditions. When the ray of light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, then angle of incidence in the denser medium is greater than critical angle, then the ray of light is totally reflecting back to the same medium. So this phenomenon is called total internal reflection. Now the question is about critical angle. What is this C? What it indicates? So why we have to call this angle as critical angle? So critical means limit, last limit. So this is last limit for refraction of light. The last limit for refraction we can observe in the third case, in the third ray of light. Here, in the third case we got refraction of light, but in the next case there is no refraction. Instead of refraction, we got reflection of light. So this is the last limit for refraction. If it crosses this limit, then instead of refraction, reflection of light takes place. So this last limit or last angle or this limit of angle, we are going to call it as critical angle. This is C indicates critical angle. In the third case, when angle of incidence is equal to critical angle, then angle of refraction is 90 degree. So using this condition, easily we can define critical angle. Yes, what is critical angle? When a ray of light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, then angle of incidence in the denser medium for which angle of refraction is 90 degree. So what is critical angle? When the ray of light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, then angle of incidence in the denser medium for which angle of refraction is 90 degree, then this angle we are going to call it as critical angle. Right? Then, so what are the conditions for TIR? There are two conditions for TIR and it carries 2 marks. The first condition is the ray of light must travel from denser medium to rarer medium. And the second condition is the angle of incidence in the denser medium must be greater than critical angle. If it obeys these two conditions, then only TIR takes place. Observe here, in the examination they may ask, explain TIR with a neat ray diagram, carries 3 marks, you have to explain the diagram. Then, for 1 mark questions you can get define TIR or define critical angle. And for 2 marks, they may ask the question, write the conditions for TIR. So this is very important, total internal reflection, because there is no loss of radiations in TIR. But in a reflection of light, loss of rays takes place because so partial light is absorbed or that may be transmitted. Only the part of light is turning back. But here the total ray of light is turning back to the same medium. So this is all about total internal reflection.